Yo, what's going on guys? It's Russ. In this video, I want to go over the skill tree for the Graveborn. I know everybody has been anticipating how the skill trees are going to look in this game. Well, now I have the full skill tree breakdown for you guys, going over every single thing that the Graveborn can do. This is an early access to build, so thank you for 2K and Gearbox for letting me have this wonderful opportunity. But all of this actually is subject to change. I would imagine the skills probably aren't going to change, where some of the numbers might when the final game comes out. But this is the entirety of the skill tree. And if you're looking forward to playing the Graveborn, be sure to stick around. I also am going to be posting just a pure gameplay video tomorrow of the Graveborn on top of the Sabomancer as well. And you'll also be seeing the Sabomancer skill tree later today. So if you guys would like to see all that, consider sticking around, doing normal YouTube stuff. We're going to have a bunch of Wonderlands content coming out for you guys. I'm dissecting every little part of this demo that I was able to play and letting you guys know everything that you need to know. Well, without further ado, let's just jump right into the skill tree. So starting off, we have our Graveborn character. And as you see, there actually is only one skill tree. The speculation was correct. There's going to be one skill tree, but again, you can multi-class, so you're going to be able to have two skill trees, and the skill trees are actually kind of big. Like, they're kind of filled up with a lot of skills. Another interesting thing is that every class has their own feat. So Graveborn has the Dim Leech Companion. So if we just read this, the Fate Maker is accompanied by a floating Dim Leech Companion that targets enemies at range and deals dark magic damage. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, the Dim Leech will cast Hellish Blast, creating a homing projectile of spell's elemental type, dealing damage to nearby enemies on impact. Any increase to your Fate Maker's damage also applies to her companions. So as you see, their feat's really based around the companion. It can cast spells. Any damage that you have, it basically is increasing your companion damage, and it's really focused on dark magic, which is good because the Graveborn's really focused on dark magic. So you're going hand in hand, and you're going to play really well together. Now, our first active skill is Dire Sacrifice. The Fate Maker sacrifices a portion of her health to deal dark magic ability damage and apply the dark magic status effect to all nearby enemies. Dire Sacrifice deals bonus damage based on the amount of sacrifice health. So this is kind of like Phase Slam from Borderlands 3, except it actually takes your health, and it's way stronger. If you have a lot of health, you can essentially clear almost an entire room and get everything really weak, but you do have to pay the price of using a lot of your health. But it does do a lot of damage. It's really fun. Now we have Reaper of Bones. The Fate Maker is fully healed, gains increased leech efficiency, and deals bonus dark magic damage, but her health takes an ever increasing amount of damage per second. When the Fate Maker would die, she instead becomes invulnerable for a short duration and restores a portion of her health. When she is no longer invulnerable, Reaper of Bones ends. Active skill duration is based on your current health percentage and cannot be modified by other sources. So this is a very passive active skill. You hit this, you're constantly going to drain health, but what's really cool is that if you can keep the health generation up, you're going to increase that leech efficiency and that bonus dark magic damage. So you can get a bunch of damage out with this action skill, and you can keep it up for a long time. Plus, on top of that, if you ever do get weak, you don't actually go into a down state. You get invulnerable, like it says, and the action skill ends, and it starts to cool down. So this skill overall is insanely good. It's very good for fast play. But you have to make sure that you're constantly killing enemies if you want to get a lot of benefit out of this, or at least healing yourself to keep the axe skill up, because the second it goes away, you're going to be invulnerable for a little bit, but you're going to be at very little health, and you could just die. But it is a very risk reward type axe skill, and it's one of my favorites so far in the whole demo. Now, get into some actual skills. We have Mortal Vessel, so maximum health increase and dark magic efficiency is increased. This is a very good skill. Obviously, it's going to play into the theme of the Graveborn, having a lot of health, and your dark magic is going to be even better now. And then we have Essence Drain, kill skill. Spell cooldown rate is increased for duration. So when I get a kill, my spell cooldowns are going to increase, which if you remember, obviously when you cast spells, your Dim Leech Companion is going to cast spells, so you can cast spells everywhere. Really fun skill. Then we have Faithful Thralls. The Fate Maker deals increased damage dealt for every companion she has. Companion respawn rate is increased, so you're going to get 9% more damage per companion, plus that respawn rate, which is pretty good. And this is just one companion. The Graveborn's going to have access to obviously two companions in multi-class and one of their skills later down. I'm pretty sure anything that's aiding you in battle is considered as a companion, like if it's like a Hydra coming up or something. So you can really get a lot of damage out of this skill. It is really interesting. But now we have Harvest, kill skill. Companion deals bonus magic damage for a duration. So now your companion is going to be doing even more dark magic damage, which is good because obviously you want your companion doing a lot of damage as well. Now we have Dark Pact. Dark magic damage is increased. So this is just a base. Your dark magic damage overall from just everything is increased, which is good. Then we have Sanguine Sacrament. Whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, she regenerates health over a brief duration. This is also going to be really good because with the Graveborn, you're going to want to cast spells a lot. You want to keep your health up, obviously, with things like your action skill, and you're going to be able to heal a lot just with a couple points into this. Then we have Dead Covenant. A portion of the damage taken by the Fate Maker is redirected to her Demi Leech. When the Fate Maker reaches 1 health, she immediately restores health, sacrificing the Demi Leech. This skill has a long cooldown. So this is a survivability skill, and it's really playing into the fact that some of the damage you're taking is going to go to that Demi Leech. And if you ever get to 1 health, it actually is going to kill the Demi Leech instead of you, which is, you know, obviously really good. It's kind of like Guardian Angel in a way, or Flax skill in Borderlands 3. But this is going to be really good again because you want to take as little damage as possible while you can keep your health up and do a ton of damage with dark magic. Now we have Stain of the Soul. The Fate Maker spells do bonus dark magic damage. So now your spells that you're going to be casting like crazy, getting healed off of, are now going to do even more dark magic damage, which obviously dark magic can be buffed everywhere in the skill tree. Then we have Dark Hydra kill skill. Chance to summon a Dark Hydra companion, dealing dark magic ability damage to nearby enemies for a duration. So this skill right here is going to be really interesting because if you can get multiple Hydras up at once, I would assume when you put more skills in it, you can probably get to 3 Hydras on the battlefield. It's going to play really well with something like Faithful Thralls, because obviously with each companion, you're getting 9% more damage. So now if you imagine if you have your Hydras up on top of having 2 companions, because multi-class, you're going to be getting an insane amount of damage. Now we have Punishment. When the Demi Leech casts Hellish Blast, there is a chance it will cast again after a brief delay. So this is when you're casting a spell, your Demi Leech now is just going to have a second chance to shoot its own spell out, which is pretty cool. I would imagine if you can get 5 points in this is going to be a 100% chance. So your Demi Leech is going to be able to literally shoot double spells all the time, on top of you casting spells all the time. So you're going to have dark magic going everywhere. Then we have Ascension. Kill skill. Maximum health and spell damage is increased for a long duration. This effect can stack. So as you see, literally at base, you're getting 2% per stack for both spell and maximum health, and it stacks up to 10 times. This is going to be crazy because if it does go up in like increments of 2 and there's 5 skill points, that's going to be 10% per stack, which will be 100% more maximum health and spell damage for 30 seconds, and it can stack. So this is pretty much just giving you 100% more bonuses. And it's going to be crazy, assuming it does work like that. This could be like a 3-point skill or even a 1-point skill, who knows. But this is going to be really crazy. But then we have Lord of Edges. The Fate Maker gains increased damage dealt and damage reduction to lower her health. So again, really playing into survivability, getting a ton of health. Now you're taking even more reduced damage. And when you do get low, you're doing even more damage. It's a win-win. Then we have Blast Gasp. Whenever the Fate Maker deals spell damage, there's a chance she will create an elemental explosion, dealing ability damage of the spell's elemental type to nearby enemies. Elemental explosions cannot crit. So this is basically now giving your spells that you're casting all the time the ability to literally, basically blow up, which is cool, to do even more damage. And if you remember, your spells are also going to do additional dark magic damage. You're going to cast them like crazy. Your Dim Leech is going to be shooting spells, which is really cool. And if this can get up to a 5-point, then obviously you're going to have a 100% chance for your spells to just do even more stuff. But now the skill everybody's waiting for, the bottom skill, we have Morhaim's Blessing. I think I said that right. I might have butchered it, but casting a spell automatically activates all of your Fate Maker's kill skills. So this is really good because this is casting a spell. So you're gonna be able to cast spells literally all the time with the Graveborn because of all the cooldown rate you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bunch of spell benefits, and all the kill skills that we talked about, you're gonna be able to literally always have them up at all times. It's gonna be crazy. So you're gonna cast spells everywhere. You're gonna be doing dark magic, additional explosions, activating all your kill skills, getting a ton of companion damage, all the life steal you're gonna get as well. This is a very fun skill tree. I'm very excited to see an in-game build of the Grapeform, and obviously you can best believe I'm going to be posting all that right here on this channel. So if you guys would like to see that, be sure to stick around. But that is the in-depth look at the Graveborn skill tree. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the Stavamancer literally right after this video, and I'm excited for you guys to see that as well. But let me know what you think about the Graveborn below. Was you going to play it? Does this change your mind? Does this actually make you want to play it more if you weren't going to play it? And remember, you can multi-class, so you can also have 2 skill trees that you can go into, and the max level cap is 40. So that's how many skill points you're going to be working with. I probably will do some sort of video as if the Graveborn and the Stavamancer was the multi-class in the demo. It's not, you can't do it, but just so you can see the combinations that you might can get into and some of the crazy builds that we're gonna have. Anyway, that's gonna do all for me for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.